Well, the war in Ukraine has just escalated to a new level of fury. In one of the largest air attacks, a swarm of Russian missiles and drones rained down on cities across the nation. This assault comes even as the world grasps for a fragile peace, highlighting the deepening chasm between rhetoric and reality. Our next report telling you more.
Ukraine woke to fire and thunder. Explosions shook cities across the map as Russia launched one of its largest aerial attacks in the war. Over 600 drones and missiles tearing through the night sky. Air raid sirens screamed nationwide. Ukraine's Air Force says Moscow fired 574 drones and 40 missiles. Critical infrastructure was hit. In Rivne Oblast, a US-owned factory was struck, leaving multiple injured. President Zelensky says everyday household items such as coffee machines were made there. The surge comes as Russian troops march along the southern front near Zaporizhia. Zelensky warns of a looming escalation, with Russia deploying thousands of new troops. The south, already scarred by relentless fighting, could be the next flashpoint. But the battle is no longer just military, it's diplomatic too. Moscow accuses Kyiv of refusing serious peace talks, saying Ukraine's security demands are incompatible with Russia's terms. Russia insists that European troops in Ukraine are unacceptable.
As discussions between the West and Ukraine currently show, all these plans are essentially about providing guarantees for intervention, foreign military intervention, in some part of Ukrainian territory. This would be absolutely unacceptable for the Russian Federation and to all rational political forces in Europe.
Washington's stance too seems to be shifting. US Vice President J.D. Vance declared that Europe must bear the lion's share of Ukraine's security burden. His comments sparked unease across Europe, especially in Germany, where talk of boots on the ground has already rattled nerves. 3 years into this war, the stakes are only climbing. Russia shows no signs of slowing its assault. Ukraine, bloodied but defiant, scrambles to hold the line. A fragile balance teeters on the edge between survival, collapse, and the faint hope of peace. Bureau Report, WION World.
A disaster avoided in the nick of time, a space catastrophe averted, a major mission to carry 4 astronauts, including India's Shubhanshu Shukla, was moments from disaster. In a stunning turn of events, it was not the world's most advanced private space company that found the fatal flaw, but India's very own space agency. It was a close call that could have ended in unimaginable tragedy. A SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket standing on the launch pad and ready to carry 4 astronauts to the ISS. It had a hidden life-threatening flaw. The vessel, a refurbished booster, had a wheeled crack in its liquid oxygen line, a leak that had gone undetected by SpaceX's own systems. Experts now say that had the launch proceeded, vibrations during liftoff could have fractured that line, triggering a catastrophic failure and a fiery explosion. It was the moment that demonstrated the true value of human oversight in an age of automated procedures. Listen in from the man who sounded the alarm.
Probably they thought it's a minor leakage. That's what was the understanding. Because it was not a leak sensor, there was an oxygen sensor which has picked up. And when it came in the press, we asked, first question asked was, where is the leak? And to our surprise, they told they could not find out the location of the leak. We were shocked. Second, what is the leak rate? They told it is confidential message, this cannot be revealed. So when you probe again and again, out of 14 questions, hardly 2 questions were handled and remaining was not answered, and we were not comfortable. Main advantage for us is our team is working in this area for 40 years. And if it is a small blowhole, no problem. If it's a crack, it cannot be allowed. And then we insisted for complete correction. And then they had to call off the launch on 10th evening 5:15. 11th morning was supposed to be the launch. And after that, their management gave a direction, find out the leak location. When they went and located, it was a crack in the field line. You know, if it is a crack, and during the test what has happened is continuously the leak was increasing. The data is available with us. And then if with the crack, if the rocket lifts off, what will happen is the moment it lifts off with the vibration, it will give away. Once it gives away, it is a catastrophic situation only, nothing else.
ISRO's unwavering commitment to safety, a principle federal to its ethos, proved to be the decisive factor. Their due diligence not only saved the mission, but potentially the lives of all 4 astronauts on board, including India's future Gaganyaan pilot. The incident has highlighted the professionalism of India's space agency and reinforced its reputation as a leading authority in space safety and technology. Well, North Korea is building a secret military base near its border with China, which may house Pyongyang's newest long-range ballistic missile. The move comes as North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has vowed to kickstart the country's nuclear pedal. While one might wonder where this secret base is located, a Washington-based think tank, or CSIS, reports that this undeclared Misompingdong missile operating base lies about 27 kilometers from the Chinese frontier. According to this report, the facility in North Pyongyang province likely houses 6 to 9 nuclear-capable intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs, and their launchers. It is said that the weapons pose a potential nuclear threat to East Asia and the continental United States. The report, which CSIS called the first in-depth open-source confirmation of Sinpongdong, said that the base is one of about 15 to 20 ballistic missile bases, maintain and support missile storage and warhead storage facilities, which North Korea has never declared. CSIS said that the launchers and missiles could leave the base in times of crisis or war, link up with special units and conduct harder-to-detect launches from other parts of the country. Kim Jong-un recently called for the rapid expansion amid the ongoing US-South Korea drills in Seoul, deeming it to be a hostile act. That's what Pyongyang called, and also said it's a declaration of war. South Korea and the United States began their annual large-scale joint military exercise on Monday to better cope with threats by nuclear-armed North Korea. Now, the 11-day Ulchi Freedom Shield, the second of the 2 large-scale exercises held annually in South Korea, it involves around 21,000 soldiers, including 18,000 South Koreans in computer-simulated command post operations and field training as well.